Tell him, David Jaffe. Tell him. Tell him now.
PlayStation. Here's how you compete. Open up
Woo!
the checkbook.
Open up that checkbook now.
By Ubisoft.
Woo! Shots fired.
David Jaffe's mind, in order for PlayStation to compete with Xbox.
Bro, you can tell this dude's heard about that. I mean, Sony have enough games. We got enough remasters and remakes. We got Until Dawn remake. We got Concord. We got Astro Bot. We got a lot of games, David Jaffe. Didn't you work for us?
By Ubisoft. So let's start with the first question. Who's PlayStation competing with? Like, if they don't buy Ubisoft, is now Xbox going to...
PlayStation is competing with themselves, bro, because they're out here having a mental health crisis. Like, I don't know what to do. Microsoft's out here killing us in software. Nintendo in hardware sales. I mean, at this point, what is the point of a PlayStation, man? You know, we're like the last place in everything. You know, we got exclusives and ain't nobody buying them. I mean, at this point, we might as well sell them through a Game Pass.
Start dominating the console market?
Oh, here we go with this dominating. You're not dominating. The Nintendo Switch is dominating the home console market. It's so funny that you guys want to keep saying, oh, we're owning the whole... No, you're not. Have you seen the Nintendo Switch hardware sales in comparison to your pathetic PlayStation 5? On top of the fact that they even buy their own software? Bro, come on now.
See, the problem with what David Jaffe is, David Jaffe is going to be one of two people, right? The first person is they purposely are pushing this agenda because they know what would actually happen with Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, because you guys know that if Ubisoft was acquired by Sony, that they'd be putting more of their games multi-plat. But it doesn't matter, PuertoRock, because Sony is doing it anyway. So it would make sense that if they did acquire Ubisoft, because at least they'll have the live service subscription games like Tom Clancy's, Division. They'll have a lot of games. And that's kind of where gaming is heading anyway. So if anything, it would help benefit Sony. The problem is they know that if they buy Ubisoft, that a lot of those games will come to Xbox or PC. But see, this is something that you're not getting. But you would get the benefit of getting these games first, though. You see, this is what I was trying to tell you guys before. It's not about exclusives anymore. It's timed exclusivity. This is the era that we live in. Now, if you buy the PS5 and Sony acquired Ubisoft, you might have access to DLCs or something of that nature. You might get access to some games, but not everything. Rainbow would be on probably every platform, while you'll get probably Rayman Legends or something too exclusive. Okay? Something that's probably on a smaller scale. I think this is great news. I do think that if Sony does acquire Ubisoft, this would be more beneficial to their company because at least they could also put out an output of games as well as Assassin's Creed. I mean, come on, man. Sony got to get with the program, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you think Sony is going to be able to survive with the lackluster library of games that they got now, I'm telling you, I'm already getting tired of it.
One, they know that Ubisoft is a publisher built on being a multi-platform, publisher.
And so is Bethesda and Activision.
They rely on putting their games on every platform. So their system, their economy.
Well, Sony's doing the same thing. They're putting Horizons on Switch, PC. Matter of fact, they're not even putting it on PS4. So, I mean, this thing that you're trying to protect, you guys are trying to protect the secrecy of these consoles, and it's not going to work because regardless of what you're saying, Sony's going to put their games on PC and other platforms anyway. This is the new reality that you PlayStation fanboys are just going to have to accept. And this is something that I told you when you sat there and said, I dunked on you. No, you did not. You got your shot blocked, bruh. Sitting there with the Matumbo finger wave, man. Looking like Sonic the Hedgehog in the intro of the video game.
Sources, the operation procedure is all built as a multi-platform, multi-publisher.
But that means you could also get exclusive access to games and everything, man. At the end of the day, you're not seeing the benefits as to how this can benefit Sony. All you're more worried about is Sony being an open platform, which they've already become. Sony has already become an open platform with their whole PC gaming division now, putting their games on Steam. Concord. What other games you guys are going to damage control? Helldivers 2, which happened to be a success because of PC. This is the best thing for Sony. I hate to say it. So when Microsoft was going down this route, now you're seeing Sony doing the same exact thing. And now y'all capping
as much as possible.
You guys are trying to protect the concept of exclusivities and how people buy a PS5 for exclusives. Well, we already know it's nothing but nonsense.
And he knows this. And David Jaffe
and you know this too.
That if Sony did buy Ubisoft, nothing would really change.
Wrong. Because you said the same thing about Microsoft, and yet they get exclusive access, day and dates to their games. So you're saying that PlayStation gamers wouldn't benefit from that? Are you also saying that PlayStation gamers wouldn't benefit on exclusives on a lower scale while also keeping some of their bigger Ubisoft titles on other platforms like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and stuff? Sony would be benefiting, and a lot of that money would be going, what, guys? Funding a lot of your PlayStation games. Wow! Now Microsoft and PC are funding your games now. Maybe we could actually get a Last of Us Part 3 if this happened. But no, Sony gamers want their little secrecy. I mean, you guys are living in the past, bro. The 1990s. And this is what's going to single-handedly destroy Sony. This mindset of you fanboys is what's destroying PlayStation. Because to be honest with you, you're not looking at the benefits as if Sony acquired Ubisoft. There's a lot of benefits. There's just benefits that you guys can't go on Twitter and parade about, we got these games exclusive to our platform. That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. All you people don't care about video gaming. You people care more about your console, your piece of hardware, and this little console war garbage that you got going on than the concept of a video game.
Games would still be on PC and Xbox.
And who cares? Other people can play the game. That really bothers you? You know, that really takes your enjoyment out of a game, PuertoRock, that somebody can sit there and buy and play a game that you can? Really? That really bothers you. So you got to ask yourself, man, how are you going to be calling yourself a real gamer if something like that bothers you and you care so much about a closed platform?
Because that's what PlayStation absorbed. It's no different than Bungie, right? Bungie is a multi-platform publisher for their game, for Destiny.
Wrong. Now, when they work with Microsoft, Games still with another W? You're saying that they were, but when they were working for Microsoft, they weren't. Exactly. See, bro, that's all you people do is take L's, man. You guys cannot compete with me in an intellectual level when it comes to these gaming streets.
Whatever, to cut out Xbox, even if it's just a small percentage.
That's all you guys worried about.
Games
going to Xbox. That's what, it's Sony acquired Ubisoft. Far Cry still go to Xbox. Rainbow Six go to Xbox. Dark Flash and Division 3 still go to Xbox. Wow. Not even looking at the fact that they might have benefits. They might be able to play it through a subscription service. Not looking at all those other good key factors. All they're worrying about is if somebody can play a game or not. Pathetic.
A little decent sales. Even let's say if it's like 20%, right? Let's say 20%. Let's say at most 20%, right? That is still 20% Sony would have to eat if they don't put the future games on Xbox. So David Jaffe knows that Ubisoft would do to PlayStation what ABK did to Xbox, which would put them
But see, this is where I might have to disagree with you, because you guys want to sit there and say ABK. Okay, yeah, so you're getting access to some of these games, bigger line projects, but you're still not getting access to Gears E-Day. You're still not getting access to a lot of these games. So, and Microsoft is getting access to a lot of these used to be third party, which they're still third party, but I'm saying third party games, but they're getting the benefits of playing their games day and date. So we are getting the benefits of it. So regardless if you say, well, we still get Call of Duty too, but we still get access to it through Game Pass. And the game is online only, so I don't know why you would want to own the game anyway. You see how I'm saying? So you see how just by acquiring a studio, regardless if the game has the ABK or, it's on multiple devices, still can help benefit Sony in some ways.
Financial burden where you have to keep the games on every platform, maybe even put it in more platforms so you can make up the cost of buying a studio. So he knows this. So that's type person one. The other type person is the same person, but they don't realize they would put PlayStation in that type of burden. They're just oblivious.
Sony has already put themselves in that situation by putting their games on PC.
To the business side of it. They think that this would be a great thing and not realize what would actually happen. So it's either you know or you don't know. David Jaffe knows. He's been in the business long enough.
And I know that Sony's going through this direction anyway. So at this point, they might as well just acquire Ubisoft and call it the end of the day. Because this is where gaming is heading. I told you, this is why people are choosing PC over video gaming consoles nowadays, because consoles don't provide nothing. I'm sorry. You guys provide a closed platform with no benefits. You're still holding on to the concept of 4K when like 99% of your games don't even hit a native 4K resolution, bro. Even these PS4 remasters and remakes don't. It's pathetic, man. Consoles have become a scam and a sham, and people are starting to take notice. This is why most of the competitive gamers play on PC. Not saying PC. The only thing I don't like about PC gaming is that a lot of PC gamers cheat, and I did prefer the closed platforms or the consoles because, to be honest, a lot of my gaming experiences used to be a little bit more competitive without having to deal with that occasional cheater coming into the game, which I have to hate to say, guys, to you PC. I'm not saying all PC gamers. Listen, just saying. When you have the power and the benefit to be able to do something, people are going to take advantage. No different than a console. People on consoles cheat too. We get that. But when you make it easy like a PC, people are going to cheat more. Okay? You guys understand. I'm not saying that you guys are cheaters. Not everybody. I'm not that ignorant. But at the same time, these PlayStation fanboys have to realize that gaming is changing before their very own eyes.
Exactly. That if Sony were to buy Ubisoft or EA, they would be put in the position that the games have to be made everywhere.
And that's good. That's good because now Sony got a way and a gateway to make money off the competition while also providing that money to fund it into the games that they own. What did you see? You see how I broke that down? And you're like, you know what, Gabe said? That's a good point. That's a good point. Now, if they bought Ubisoft or an EA and all that money that to make it off the competition, that money would go to them. That would also help them fund PlayStation's very own exclusive games. And maybe we might actually see Last of Us Part 3 or something of that nature. But no, Sony rather die by the sword. Sony would rather see Killzone, Mag, Warhawk. They'd rather see all these games gone. Maybe they could have took the extra money of these Ubisoft titles that they own and put the money towards those games that PlayStation fans actually enjoy. But no. We rather have a secured platform. We rather have a platform where none of our games are going on the other platforms, even though Sony's putting most of their games on PC anyway. But they're not on Xbox, and that's what matters. The fact that people on the Xbox community can't play these games. Yes, they can. I have a PlayStation. I'm a part of the Xbox community. I have access to your games. See, you see how stupid this concept is? Because they want to sit there and lock. This is how PC Gamers was absolutely right in regards to exclusives. It does nothing for the gaming industry. At least nowadays it doesn't. Maybe back then it inspired people to want to bring out ambitious games and stuff. That's why we got the Mega Mans and the Vector Mans, because they're like Sega's like, yo, we gotta throw something of our own. So I get that level of inspiration, but that's just something that's just not happening in the gaming community anymore, man. I mean, you can clearly tell that we're having some form of a gaming crash if these are the things that you people are talking about.
That's what they actually bought. They bought a publisher that was built for that. And then to cut out platforms, right? So you're going to spend this money. Think about it. The value of Ubisoft is based off them making games everywhere. So now you buy them, and now you're going to cut out platforms. And maybe since, these are big AAA games.
Well, it shouldn't matter, right? Because Xbox don't buy games. PC pirate everything. Most of that money must have been coming from PlayStation, right?
You will make them fall under the tentpole strategy, right? You're gonna delay the game release on PC? No. If Sony were to buy Ubisoft, at this point, you would be a fool to think Sony will make any of those games exclusives. Let's just all be honest. They're not gonna do that, right? It's a waste of time, right?
Well, how is it a waste of time? It's not a waste of money, though. It's not a waste of money, and that's what you people don't understand. You think Sony getting your money because you spent $500 on a console sale? You really think Sony getting your money? See, this is how dumb you people really are. Sony had to give that system, 10 teraflops of power, modified parts, just so it could fit within your console, a controller that's worth about $80 to $100, plus the hard drive that they give you, the SSD hard drive, which is probably about $100 and something there, plus the system, the disk drive, and you guys really think Sony's making money off a PS5 console. You people are just weird, bro. How do you think Sony's making money when they had to invest money to make the console that you purchased for that type of price? As much as PC gaming is better, buying a PlayStation or an Xbox Series X or even a Series S for the amount of money that you're paying for a comparable piece of gaming hardware, it's still pretty good. Even though it should be better, but it's still pretty solid. That's why a lot of PC gamers don't come down y'all throat, because it's still a nice piece of hardware. Okay? But no, you people ain't never happy with anything.
Sony buying, at this point, Sony buying any major publisher. Take-Two, EA, Ubisoft.
Oh, they don't. Trust me, they can't afford no Take-Two.
Capcom, it's just a waste of damn time.
I wouldn't go that far, man. I think a Capcom would be perfect, man. You know, I mean, I think, see, you're not seeing it. You're just looking at the fact that people were going to play these games on other platforms, but they're already doing it, PuertoRock. They're already doing it. Even people in the comment section say Capcom. I don't know why he put Square Enix there, because Square Enix literally left because of their games not selling. You guys are Konami. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible. It's so funny that I'm looking at the comments, and you guys are very ignorant in what you guys are saying about Ubisoft, because Ubisoft is still making games. Last time I checked, PlayStation ain't really been making games like Ubisoft. Okay, we're still getting new Assassin's Creed games, and Rainbow Six Siege is still more popular than ever. So I don't know what you people are blabbering about. Yeah, so that's all they're worried about. They're just worried about seeing these games on other platforms, man. And I think that's the sad part about it. You know, if you were just sitting back, enjoying games, this guy said, I don't think they can even afford them. Yeah. Yeah, they should get a company like that, man, because Sony needs something to get that concurrent money. It's about time you start invading the competition and start Trojan horsing somebody. This is the new era of war, okay? You know, speaking of the guy that made God of War, this is the new era of the war that we got going on here, man. You got to Trojan horse the competition, man. You know, you got to get on their good side and just have a bunch of soldiers come out of the horse. You know, call it the pony, the Trojan pony, the Trojan pony. This is crazy, man. This is what we got going on in console wars, man. People out here Trojan horsing each other, man. For real, I'm about to go buy me some Trojans, man, and I'm going to probably do the same as that. Damn.
At this point, I don't think they would even buy Square Enix, because you already seen Square Enix. They're always talking about almost every game in the expectation. Sony's not going to buy them either, just to keep the games exclusive, even if it's timed. That's just not happening.
It's still worth it, though. It's still worth it. What do you not understand, man? It's still worth having it, because at the end of the day, you can get the benefits of getting these games preferably better, sales, discounts, whatever the case may be. You'll still have the benefit. So what? Oh, these games go on other platforms. So that just goes to show you that these PlayStation fanboys are still holding the concept of exclusivity when most of their games are dropping on PC.
Not maybe like 10 years ago, but this Sony that we have now, they're not interested in that. They're focusing on investors.
You sure about that?
That want to maximize profit and profit.
You sure about that? Because Sony ain't maximized nothing on them Square Enix deals.
Margins, and they want to use as much platforms or whatever, and that could include other systems. Not, let's just say, absolute exclusives to the PlayStation is not their priority. At best, PlayStation gets timed exclusives. We're moving the flagpole again, guys. Hold on. Did PuertoRock just say that PlayStation, their exclusivities is not their priority? Now we have downgraded the term. We went from call to exclusive to what was it? What is it? There's all this rhetoric, all this narratives that they make, right? We went from that to now, what is it called? What is it called, PuertoRock? Tell me, what is it again? I literally forgot because of how many terms you people have came up with. Oh, timed exclusive. Sony cares more about time. Let's rewind that. Time. That could include other systems. Now, let's just say absolute exclusives to the PlayStation is not their priority.
Woo! Oh, wow. A PlayStation fanboy saying that exclusives is not Sony's priority.
Best, PlayStation gets timed exclusives.
Oh!
Best, even including their own.
Even including their own, man. Oh, he just capped it. PuertoRock, he took the wrong form of pony dust. He knows, man. I told you guys, y'all all see the writing on the wall, man. And it's just so funny to me, man. Like I said, I personally don't care about it. But what I find so funny is the fact to see you guys completely go against your own opinions. Thank you, PuertoRock. Now hand me my flowers and walk away from me.
PC and other platforms in some way is going to be involved. And if you
just like Microsoft, right? And y'all was bashing that platform all during the Xbox One just for Sony to be doing the same exact thing.
a company like Ubisoft, and there's like even a little bit of sales that comes from Xbox, they're not going to let go of that. They're not. Just how they didn't do it for Destiny.
It's sad, man. It's just so funny to see you PlayStation fanboys cope so hard for Sony not caring about exclusives anymore. But when it was Microsoft, it's a big difference. Have you guys noticed that Dreamcast guy has stopped talking about Xbox? Everyone with an Xbox, man. I told you when I made that song, man. I told you this song was gonna take over, man. It's on the top charts, man. Xbox, everyone with an Xbox, everyone with an Xbox. All the ponies was laughing at me until they saw that showcase. Xbox, everyone want an Xbox. I'm telling you, man, top of the charts, man. You know what I mean? That song is taking over the game and industry.
And even Marathon is coming, right? Marathon is going to Xbox. Marathon is going to, and Marathon has no established revenue from any platform. So if there's any game that they could have made exclusive,
all you doing is opening your mouth, man. Speaking about a bunch of garbage.
Or at least just PlayStation and PC would be Marathon. Because Marathon does not have an established fan base at all. But they're still going to release it on Xbox, regardless of how little it is. So you best believe that Ubisoft games, all of them, will still go on Xbox at the end of the day. So why would we have Sony be responsible for that? You see, to truly make PlayStation compete, it's the same formula that made them compete with the PlayStation 1, PlayStation.
Oh my God, here we go again, bro. Those days don't matter. You're holding on. What do you mean? PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Didn't I tell you guys that these PlayStation fanboys are so out of touch with gaming?
2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4.
I would have to disagree because PS4 was successful basically, but mostly due to a lot of third party, the Call of Duty deal, right? Y'all can say exclusives. Exclusives was at the highest with the PS4, right? That's how I know a lot of casuals got into gaming, but still, a lot of it was still overshadowed by the third party. Spider-Man, they got their millions and stuff. But if you notice, they're not getting the millions like they did before. Because casuals, see, this is what you people don't understand about casuals. They'll support something and they completely abandon it. And also, too, let's not forget, games like Fortnite, PUBG weren't really existing when the PS4 came about. But if you notice, that's what turned those platforms over its head. Fortnite, Apex Legends, these games started coming out. And at this point, look what happened. Look what happened to Sony. They completely abandoned your exclusives in favor of these live services subscription games. So that's why, yeah, the PS4 was a success and people did buy the games, but those games was completely overshadowed when the popularity of these games have risen. That's why nobody cares about your PlayStation exclusives no more. That's why when you look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, nobody cared enough to buy it because they're too busy playing Fortnite.
You focus on your first party and you invest in that. The fraction of the cost of buying Ubisoft, they could put that towards their first party studios and help them develop multiple teams. Because right now, most of the teams, they're only able to handle one AAA project every 5 years.
Wow. No wonder Sony ain't got, games. You heard what he just said, guys. Sony only has the money. What did he say? Out of 5 years, bro. You're trying to tell me I got to wait 5 years to get one PlayStation exclusive?
And that is, I think, is the biggest problem for PlayStation at this point. They didn't invest enough into their studios so they can release multiple games.
And Ubisoft can help with that because Ubisoft is a company that can make a lot of games a year. Same thing with Bethesda and Activision. Microsoft acquired companies that can make tons of games each and every year. That's the problem. This has been a problem with Sony for a long time, guys, even with the PS3, for a lot of you people that don't remember. Sony, you have to wait a long time to get these exclusives.
Per generation. In my opinion, every studio that Sony has should be able to produce 3 games per generation. And it doesn't even...
Per generation? 3 games per generation? Are you serious? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. We're not. Come on. 3 games a generation? 3 games a generation. Bro, I remember getting more than 3 games. You want to talk about PlayStation being great? I remember with PlayStation 2 and 1, we was getting 3 games every 1 month. What is this? Are you serious? 3 games. Oh, game is more expensive. Oh, okay. But this ain't no PlayStation 1 and 2 and 3 glory days. I remember getting PlayStation exclusives every month, every year. And it was definitely more than 3 games. Wow, bro. I can't believe he said that, man. 3 games from each company. Like, I mean, dang. That
has to be 3 big AAA games. It could be 1 AAA game, 1 big 5-6 year project.
No, they got to be all AAAs because that's why I bought the PS5 in the first place.
And 2 AA games, which is about 3 years of work, right?
Nah, I'm not going
that's more than enough.
And that's not more than enough because some people really like AAA gaming, and I'm one of them. I'm one of the type of people that buy a next generation console to play next generation games. That's why I kept bringing up the fact that I'm happy that Microsoft is using UE5 and all these other good engines because that's what I expect from a gaming console to try to push. Oh, with 900p though, and 30 frames though. I don't care though because it runs on Unreal Engine 5 though. I want to see these consoles push to the maximum. Okay, like the Capcom game Maximo. Like, yo, you people are just weirdos. Like, literally, man. I want to see these consoles be pushed to the brink. Okay? Y'all just want cross-generation games that run at 4K, allegedly 60. That's what y'all want, man. Y'all ain't even getting that experience anyway, man.
That's perfect, right? Each studio will have their big AAA game, right? That's 5-6 years biggest blockbuster.
Oh my God! Remember, no wonder PS5 ain't got games because if this is how PlayStation works, guys, no wonder PlayStation 5 ain't got no games, bro. 5 years to wait for one PlayStation game, and then on top of that, who's to say I'm a fan of the genre anyway? 3 games a generation? What?
And then you get 2 more games, right? That's budgeted anywhere between $40 to $60.
Budgeted.
It comes out in 3 years, so you got your 3
budgeted
games. Boom. That's more than enough. You have a nice portfolio of titles
and portfolio of nothing.
The consistent cadence from the first party publishers, developers that you enjoy.
This man
right?
Captain, bro.
They're always cooking us
I guess by 2025, right, according to PuertoRock, we should be getting. No wonder Sony says, hey, we got games coming out in 2025 and we ain't got nothing for right now. Because, Sony got to wait 5 years to come out with a video game.
Look at Insomniac.
It's all starting to make sense to me now. And if you guys want any games after 2025, you're going to have to wait for 2030. Like I said, man, Sony chose the best gaming slogan in the gaming industry. Greatness awaits.
They literally showed Sony the blueprint. You got your Miles Morales, which was
Sony making any money if y'all waiting 5 years to buy a video game, man? The game be on sale by the end of the holiday season. Yeah, be buying God of War Ragnarok for $20. Where's the money in that? That's why selling games is not good because one, it ruins the profit margins, and also two, on top of that, people can buy the game at a cheaper value. Now, if you push the game through a subscription service, Microsoft, for the person that went out there and bought God of War Ragnarok for $20, Microsoft already made that money back with their subscription service. And you guys say that Microsoft don't make more money. And it also keeps the game popular within the limelight. So selling games anymore is just not as profitable as it used to be because all you got to do, I've seen God of War Ragnarok, it's like $20. I've seen the PS5 version for $20. Sony wants you to buy the game for $70. This is why they always talk about we need to know the 1 week sales of these games because that's what's important. Not the game, oh, well, the game finally hit the 8 to 10 million, 3 years after it. Well, the problem with that, PuertoRock, is that every time somebody bought it, they bought it for $20, which essentially would be the price of paying for a PlayStation Premium, which also would mean that they wouldn't have access to the game and they wouldn't own the game. The way Microsoft does it is so smart, you people don't want to realize. And the funny thing is y'all don't want to give credit for it because Microsoft is charging you so much money for these games that you probably could have went out there and bought them. But since they give you a huge portfolio, of games. People don't realize that. It's actually better to buy the games than to buy them through Game Pass. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to be on record saying that. But since they got a portfolios, it takes away that fact. You feel me?
$50 game, right? The $70 one is the one.
And I think what really helps the Game Pass is that day and date. Most definitely.
Included the Spider-Man remaster. But if you bought the standalone Miles Morales, that's it. It was only $50. So that shows you it wasn't a $70, AAA game, triple big budget game.
Triple bubble A?
Decent budget? They sold it $50 and it is phenomenal, right? Then they released Ratchet and Clank, right, which is a good size AAA game, right? But
that ain't no AAA.
Think it's as big as Spider-Man 2, right? They released Spider-Man 2, which is a big AAA game, and they're about to release Wolverine this gen. So think about what they did this gen. Miles Morales.
Yeah, he said think about what Sony did this gen.
Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man 2, and Wolverine. That's 4 games. 4 games.
Pathetic. Because even the PS4 had more. Killzone, Shadowfall, Knack, Little Big Planet 3. They're typical Gran Turismo games. Uncharted 4. With Last of Us Part 2. For the PS4 gen. You can count those. Death Stranding. Ghost of Tsushima. Bro, you've already been destroyed. Until Dawn. Bloodborne. You've already been destroyed. And that's more than 4 games. Gravity Rush 2. Oh! God of War. Spider-Man. Miles Morales. You've already been defeated. We didn't even go through the whole portfolio of PS4 games, and PS5 is already trash in comparison. And a Horizon game. Yeah, they had a Horizon game on the PS4. I'm not going to count the ones that get ported from the PS4 to the PS5 to make it look like, oh yeah, the PS5 is... No. PS5 is going to have to earn its stripes, not just use the stripes of the PS4 and use it as false value. No. If Sony going to win this console war, they're going to win it off their own merits, not because they bank it off on the PS4. Oh, no. We ain't doing that there. We're not doing that here. Okay? At the end of the day, Sony is looking real bad, and I just explained to you. You talked about how Sony got 4 games this gen, and how PS4 had way more. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying, the rest of the studio should do at least 3. 3. But to only release 1 game per generation, like for example, Sony Ben's last game was Days Gone, and that game came out in 2019 on the PS4. Wow. And they have not done anything since.
Wow. Right? But hold on. But I thought Microsoft don't make no games. I thought Microsoft don't put out the output of games. And you out here saying Days Gone ain't made a game. I mean, none of your companies have made a game since that time period. That's what I was trying to tell you. Y'all just call me an Xbox fanboy, man. That's what y'all called me. And I sat there and told y'all the truth. Like, yo, where's these games? Where have we seen Naughty Dog? Oh, gangster, you capping right now. You capping. What are you talking about? You capping so hard right now. Naughty Dog made a game. They made 2 games for the PS5. And you out here hating and you not mentioning them. Oh, I might have forgot. I'm sorry, sir. Can you tell me what these games were? Yeah, I will tell you. And I'm going to tell you right now. What are they, sir? Last of Us Part 1 rebuilt from the ground up. And Last of Us Part 2 remastered. I didn't think I would have to count PS3 and PS4 games, but if that's how you guys want to do it, I guess that's how we got to do it. This is sad, bro. This is sad. Naughty Dog ain't dropped no games. None of Sucker Punch. Oh, I forgot another one. Infamous Second Son. What happened to Infamous? I mean, and then you had the Ratchet and Clanks on PS4. Bro, it's done. The PS4 is a better console. PS5 is trash, dude. I just broke it down to you. The more I keep thinking about the PS4, the more that you see that the PS4 is a better console in regards to software. You people know it. It's so good that it's even getting access to your PS5 games like Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok.
Now I'm sure they're working. I'm sure they're cooking. Yes,
they ain't cooking nothing, man.
They're not. They don't have a day off. They're not just sitting in the beaches of Cancun doing nothing. They are developing a game. But because that studio can only handle 1 game, whenever that 1 game comes out, and it could be fantastic, but if it comes out in 2025, that's it. You're not going to see another game from them. Wow. Right? At best, if you do, it's a cross-gen game that you can play on your PS5 and your PlayStation 6. So be like a PlayStation 6 launch title, that you can play on your PS5. God. That's the best you're going to get from Sony, Ben. Okay? What you call it?
Still talking about cross-generation games.
Punch. Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Where
probably be another 2025 game, maybe 2026. And that's all you're going to get from Sucker Punch.
Wow. So you just proved as to why Sony don't got no games, man. We've known this. As Xbox dudes, Nintendo dudes, we've known this already. And this is why people are complaining about the PS5, because you sitting there telling people they got to wait 5 to 6 years to play one good quality game. This is embarrassing. How can you PlayStation fanboys be defending this, man? Microsoft got South of Midnight, Gears, E-Day. They got all these good Perfect Dark. They got all these games they working on, and they're going to be dropping on day and date through Game Pass, and you people out here hating on it. I don't care. Oh, they on PC. Oh, PlayStation get access to the game. I don't care. I need something to play, man. I don't care about this little console. Oh, I don't care. They're going to get ported to PlayStation anyway. But as of right now, you can't play it. So I don't care. Because at the end of the day, Sony ain't holding this gaming industry down. Microsoft is. Because Microsoft was the one dropping the games. I don't care about the platform. The platform don't make the man.
Another game after that might be a launch PlayStation 6 game that's cross-gen with PlayStation 5. You see what I'm saying? Each of these...
I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I back.
Each of these developers, right now, each of these developers should already be releasing... If they didn't release their first game at launch, they should already been released their first game, right? Even if it's just a AA title, right? And then their AAA, and then finish off the gen with another AA. 3 games. Wow. That's it. That's all I'm asking, 3 games. But in order for them to come out with 3 games... You had to put in the money into those studios so you can hire the people, form them up, strategize into teams.
Oh, man, we need a strategy.
It's kind of like what Insomniac has. Insomniac has 2 studios on each coast. They have one studio.
That all do the same thing. Ratchet and Clank. What's the other one? In superhero games. I mean, let's just say I'm not a fan of those. There you go. There goes those those quality games, right? And a lot of those games have that cookie cutter approach. Marvel Spider-Man 2 had that cookie cutter approach. It wasn't nothing that was really pushing any boundaries, man. But like I said, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. I think it's embarrassing that we got PlayStation fans really out here defending this garbage. Because at the end of the day, if I gotta wait 5 to 6 years to get a quality game on PlayStation, then at this point, then I'm giving up on the platform. Because that's just way too long, man. And you guys are old, man. 50, 60 years old, man. Think about it, man. You're going to be like 80 years old waiting on some PlayStation games, man. Yeah, I think I'm done, man. I don't think I'm going to buy a PlayStation ever again if this is the way Sony's handling things. But anyways, take care.